Premier and Mahindra may have been the first manufacturers to bring in the concept of a compact SUV. But it wasn't until the launch of the Ford EcoSport in 2013 that the body style started gaining prominence. 4 years have passed since then, and there are products from Maruti and more recently Honda and Tata in this segment. Introduction of these new models and the lack of substantial updates meant that the Ford EcoSport was starting to feel outdated. And now they've got this new EcoSport with a brand new petrol engine and an automatic gearbox. We're here in Goa to take it for a spin and find out how it feels. When you look at this 2017 EcoSport from the back, you will have to play a game of spot the difference. In profile too, there's not much that is different from the previous model except for the larger 17-inch alloy wheels. In front is where the differences start to appear more easily. Like all the current generation Ford models, this one too has bold and wide chrome grille. The headlamps have been redesigned and now come with daytime running lamps, while the fog lamps are newly crafted as well. Ford has also worked the interior of the EcoSport, and it now sports a more conventional design for the dash. Taking the center stage is now an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment with Ford's Sync 3 technology. The infotainment is easy to use thanks to its large icons, but the screen itself does feel a bit too in your face. One of the primary reasons why the outgoing EcoSport was starting to show its age was due to the limited equipment on offer. Like all their other products, the new EcoSport 2 comes well endowed with safety equipment. Ford has developed a new 1.5-litre 3-cylinder petrol engine for this EcoSport. At 121 bhp, it makes enough power for a car of its size, but it isn't a motor that likes to be revved. Push it beyond 4000 rpm and the engine starts to show its discomfort. Now the variant that we are driving today comes mated to a brand new torque converter as opposed to the old DCT. This gearbox feels a little slow to react, and we feel that a manual transmission option will be the better one to pick with this engine option. While for the most part the engine is superbly refined, especially for a 3-cylinder motor, climb up the revs and it starts to get a bit noisy in the cabin. The petrol-powered EcoSport comes with either a 5-speed manual transmission or a 6-speed automatic. Being a torque converter unit, the 6-speed automatic isn't as quick or as smooth as a DCT. That being said, the transmission should be just right for your city runabouts. Out on the highway though, the difference is noticeable enough for us to feel that the gearbox undermines the capability of the engine. Drive the manual transmission version and you will immediately find it to be more in sync with the new motor. Ford says they have softened the suspension for this new generation EcoSport. Now this surely makes the ride slightly more comfortable as opposed to the predecessor, but surprisingly and thankfully it hasn't quite affected the handling capabilities of this car. There isn't too much body roll, and the way the steering has been calibrated really adds to the confidence. It doesn't feel overly light and artificial, but at the same time it isn't too heavy to make U-turns and parking a difficult affair. Launched, the EcoSport was one of the most feature-rich cars in its price range, but over the years it gradually lost its edge. But this 2017 iteration brings it right back in the game. The new face of the EcoSport does lift the overall appeal, and the 1.5-litre motor is impressively refined for a 3-pot motor, advantage of offering the only petrol automatic in its segment. With the 2017 EcoSport, Ford has surely put its best foot forward.